Hello everybody, welcome to Come Dine With Me Western New York, sponsored by Diamond Cutters of Western New York, Key Media Productions, and the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. I'm Oliver Wolf.
And I'm Jan Farrington. Now our show introduces you to some of the area's best restaurant treasures. We'll meet their chefs who will prepare those same mouth-watering signature dishes you find in their restaurants, and you'll learn some of their trade secrets to making them on your own.
Jen, today's show theme is Italian cuisine. Number 70 Buffalo Bills Eric Wood is with us for some veal parm at Elio's in Blasdale.
Then we're going to visit La Cascada at Seneca Niagara Resort Casino with Chef Jason Morgan. He's going to be preparing pasta with roasted butternut squash and shrimp.
And later on in the show, it's our kitchen invasion, all about Italian, when our chefs visit a group of ladies planning a trip to Tuscany. But first stop, here's the Italian Village restaurant in Depew. Jen, you've been to that one?
I sure have. The Balconi family, they are delightful. John and his wife FIFA, directly from Sicily. They've been in the restaurant biz for over 40 years.
Wow.
They're joined with John Jr. and their daughter Mima, and they're going to be in the kitchen a little bit later. But some of the specials, it's a sleek, sexy restaurant. It's very comfortable.
Awesome.
And I talked with John just yesterday, and he told me about this one special, melanzana napolitano.
Their version of an eggplant tower?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And it's layered with spinach, goat cheese, and roasted red pepper, and it's then in a pool of their red sauce. And I saw
Jen, I'm hungry already, so let's see what Chef Marco is doing with John Jr. and Mima.
Good idea.
The Italian Village, everybody knows FIFA and Johnny. I'm with the next generation, Mima and Johnny, their kids, and they have taken control of the kitchen. Well, not really control, but the parents are in there as well, so the whole family is under one roof. Welcome to Come Dine With Me, guys. What are we going to be making today?
Thank you for having us.
Well, we're making shrimp provenzano, Mark.
Okay, I love it. Let's get started.
Get started doing what?
Let's get started cooking.
You want me to make this?
I want you to make this.
I thought you were making this. What, are you kidding me?
Hey, listen,
I've never
you're
cooked in my
Italian.
life. All right. We're going to start off with a little bit of butter.
Okay. Now, why would you use butter? I'm just curious, because this was intriguing to me.
Well,
as opposed to olive oil.
Flavor. Now, we want the beautiful flavor of the butter to make everything just work.
Okay.
You know? And we start off with a little bit of minced garlic.
So your sister's a lot like Mom. She's
a little heavy-handed.
making sure you're doing it right. I see her. She's like pointing out, making sure, okay, do the garlic, do the onions. I love the amount of garlic you guys use in your dishes. I mean, that's just traditional beauty. It's they're not shy with the garlic.
No.
Which is a good thing.
We're not shy with anything, Mark.
No. And you use all the freshest ingredients as well. So.
Absolutely. And we have some minced hot peppers, hot banana peppers.
Hot banana peppers, are they pickled or are they?
Yeah, they're pickled hot banana peppers.
Okay.
Guys, put a little more onions.
Whoa, what are you doing over there?
You talk about family affair. We're shooting this segment, a cooking segment. John and Mima are in control of this dish. I have Mom and Dad off to the side, and Mom is yelling, Johnny,
Always
put more
watching.
hot peppers, put more onions. Put
Always
more garlic.
watching.
Always watching us, even when they're not there.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
beautiful. This is awesome.
Now we have a little bit of beautiful tomatoes here, Roma tomatoes that we diced fresh this morning.
About how many tomatoes are you using?
It's about 4 or 5 nice Roma tomatoes. They're small though, nice and plump. Okay. Next we have some heavy cream. Now our shrimp.
So John's using an 8 to 10 shrimp, which means there's about 8 to 10 shrimp per pound. And at the Italian Village, how many you put in that dish?
We put about 8, 9.
About a whole pound of shrimp in this dish. If we had Mom in here, she'd be making us put about 16 to 20.
You're not kidding, Mark.
One shrimp per bite.
Right?
Next we have our Romano cheese.
So it's almost like an Alfredo sauce with the diced tomatoes.
Yeah.
Just a little cheese, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of
enough?
cheese.
I like to go by just when you think you put in too much, just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more.
Can
That's a
never have too
perfect
much
way.
cheese.
That's right.
And basically that's the dish. Then we let it reduce down. We mix it, emulsifies, and we're good.
So our sauce is simmering nicely. It's reduced. The shrimp is cooking. John's going to start cooking the pasta, but one of the nice things I like about the Italian Village is their new updated look. The place is absolutely beautiful. You got a full bar now.
Yep.
You have an extensive wine list, 50-plus bottles. You guys had a designer come in?
Yeah, we had an interior designer come in, and I wanted to make sure that this rendition of the Italian Village was going to last for the next 40 years. Tables, walls, chairs, colors, the whole palette.
Beautiful.
Are we ready to dish this up, Mark?
We are. Let's do it.
All right.
Shrimp Provenzano. Let's give this a try. Oh man, this is incredible. The Balconi family does it right. Traditional Italian food, lunch, dinner, banquets, catering, whatever you want. The Italian Village. Go visit them.
6354 Transit Road.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Key Video Productions, television, video, DVD, and by Diamond Cutters of Western New York. To go to a more direct source, you'll need a miner's hat.
Hi, this is Lennon from Oliver's, and you're watching Come Dine with Me, Western New York.
Let Diamond Cutters of Western New York save you money while providing only the very highest quality, beautiful diamonds. From the mines to a ring, a diamond may change hands several times before it reaches your finger. Each middleman adds a little more cost to your diamond. But for the past 35 years, our gemologists have traveled the world to bring uncut diamonds back to Buffalo, where we specialize in cutting and polishing, so we virtually eliminate the middleman. Our name says it all. Diamond Cutters. Visit WNYDiamonds.com to learn more. Some say it's our amazing sports bar. Others, our relaxed and comfortable dining room. And then there are those who say it's our private meeting and banquet rooms where we take care of everything. Whatever draws you to Buffalo's best grill and catering, one thing's for certain, you'll always get a great meal. We pride ourselves on our casual atmosphere with very comfortable prices. Buffalo's best grill and catering, Southwestern Boulevard in Orchard Park. Stop in today and see why we're Buffalo's best.
And we're in the kitchen today with Chef Jason Morgan from the La Cascada restaurant. Jason, how you doing, Chef?
Nice to see you.
Good. And you're preparing a nice fall dish today?
We are. Today we're doing a roasted butternut squash with maple syrup glaze, shrimp, a little bit of fettuccine, bacon, and some herbs.
Sounds good. Let's get going.
So what we're going to do is we're going to peel this butternut squash. We have a nice flat surface to keep it stable. Take the knife, just go right down the side. You're just going to go all the way around. You're just going to cut into a small dice. Stack it up and straight into nice diced pieces. So now we're going to make the marinade for the butternut squash. It's just a simple maple glaze. Going to start with some olive oil. I like to use regular olive oil instead of extra virgin. Since we're cooking it, you really don't need that extra flavor. Then we're going to get some maple syrup. My favorite is New York State Grade A Dark Amber. Lots of flavor. About 2 tablespoons of that. A little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're just going to whisk this together. It's very simple. It's going to get nice and caramely in the pan while it's roasting. We're just going to add the butternut squash into the bowl. Kind of mix that with our fingers kind of coarsely, just to cover everything. Going to go right into a pan with this butternut squash mix. Cookie sheet works exceptionally well, whatever you have laying around. So we have the butternut squash. We're going to put it right into a 350-degree oven. We're gonna let that roast for about 15 to 20 minutes or until it's nice and soft, golden brown. All right, now we're gonna drop our pasta. Today we're using an egg fettuccine. I like to have a dried pasta with egg. It just takes a little bit longer to cook, but it's less likely to overcook and it keeps that little bit of bite. We're just gonna stir it up a little bit and let it cook, and we'll go to the saute.
Yeah, here for this dish you're using dried pasta, chef, but La Cascada restaurant, all pasta is fresh made from scratch.
Absolutely,
fresh
chef.
dough and all that. So really intimate restaurant, nice setting, great Italian cuisine.
It's a great place to come, eat, have a good time. Very small, very intimate, really easygoing, great food.
Very good.
So now we're gonna start our shrimp. Just gonna add a little bit of olive oil to a hot pan. I've turned the heat down to low, medium low, just to make sure that when I get this bacon in the pan, it's not gonna burn right away. I'm gonna add about 3 slices of chopped smoked bacon. And just get that moving in the pan. Break it up just a little bit. So now our bacon's getting a little bit crispy. We wanna add the shallots while we're doing that. We don't want the bacon to be totally done. So I'm adding about a tablespoon of minced shallot. It's just gonna give the dish a nice subtle flavor. We're gonna keep stirring this on heat until the shallots start to get soft and translucent. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to season our shrimp. So I'm gonna take a large mixing bowl, shrimp in, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we're gonna finish it with a little bit of Old Bay seasoning. The Old Bay's got this nice fall profile. It's great for seafood. Just gonna mix this up, and we're gonna go back to our pan. So I'm just gonna move this to a plate. I wanna keep the fat right inside the pan. We're gonna use that to cook our shrimp. It's gonna make it extra tasty.
There we go.
So once the bacon and the shallot mixes out of the pan, we're gonna add our shrimp. I'm gonna grab some tongs and just give these shrimp a little bit of room to cook. You just wanna check your shrimp. Once it gets to about the point where it starts to turn pink, you're gonna flip it. We don't really wanna overcook these shrimp. It's still gonna cook. We have a few special ingredients left that we need to add, so it's got a few minutes in the pan still. So now that we're flipped here, we're gonna add a little bit of butter, and we're gonna add our spices, we're gonna add our bacon back in. So I have a little bit of unsalted butter. I cut it into 1 tablespoon tabs. Gonna add about 5 tablespoons here, or a little over a half a stick of butter. Gonna let that start to cook. In the meantime, I'm gonna add back in my bacon and shallots. And we're gonna grab that butternut squash mix that we made. And we're just gonna add about a cup of that, half a cup to a cup, right into the pan. We're really getting close. So the special ingredient today, we're gonna add a little bit of liquor to this. Everyone's got their personal favorite, but I'm gonna use a little bit of Southern Comfort. Just gonna add that to the pan.
There you go.
There's gonna be a little bit of flame if everything goes right. So you just want to make sure that you're careful.
You don't want to burn down your kitchen,
No,
right?
you don't want to burn down your kitchen.
Although if you do, there's a brand new one right here at Artisan Kitchen and Bath for you to pick, you know. They have actually quite a selection.
This is a very nice place. You can see that there's just a little bit of juice left. We're gonna add our pasta.
Nice.
Before I get this moving in the pan, I just want to add a little bit of rosemary, just a pinch. It's really one of those ingredients that really bring out the flavor of the butternut squash and all of the bacon. And then we're just gonna toss. Finish it with a few more tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna add the arugula. I chose arugula because it's a nice peppery lettuce that holds up well to heat. It doesn't need to cook very much. And then we're just gonna wait for this butter to melt, and we're ready to plate.
Well, let me give that a try, chef.
Perfect. You'll taste the smokiness of that bacon, the sweetness of the butternut squash, and just those savory fall flavors. Come down to La Cascada, ask for the butternut squash and shrimp pasta special. Come dine with me, Western New York.
Ah, that looks delicious.
And then a nice fall dish. I mean, I think Chef Jason has done a great job on that one. And you can try his specials here at the resort, the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. And there's so much more going on here. You just have to go to our website here, senecacasinos.com.
That's right. And if you have an event going on that you'd like our viewers to know about, please email our show producer. That email address is michael@keyvideo.com. Okay, so coming up a bit later, we're going to meet a fun group of ladies who are planning that trip to Tuscany very soon. And on the menu, it's all Italian, and I'm loving this all Italian theme when we invade their kitchen.
But first, let's see what Buffalo Bills center Eric Wood does to get him going before the big game.
Welcome to Ilya DePaulo's restaurant. It's a family affair here, as we carry on tradition of my grandfather of serving great food, sharing stories, talking sports, and celebrating with friends and family at the Ringside Lounge.
Hi, my name is Eric Wood, number 70 for the Buffalo Bills, and I've been coming to Ilya DePaulo's for many years now, and every time I come, it's like coming to a second home. You know, need to fill up after a long football game, so always start off with the stuffed peppers.
Now, if you're in the mood for something hot, a little spicy, you can't go wrong with stuffed banana peppers. Now, the reason why our banana peppers are so good is because we stuff it with our homemade Italian sausage, and then we melt it with our fresh mozzarella cheese. We also pour white wine and lemon juice over the banana peppers, which really kicks up the flavor. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that compares to this appetizer.
My favorite dish when I come to Ilya's is the veal parm. Always gets me going and always a great meal.
Our most popular dish is our veal parmesan, which is pounded thin and then lightly breaded and seasoned, sauteed, and then baked, and then dipped in our homemade house sauce and finished with melted mozzarella cheese.
There's a lot of tradition with Ilya DePaulo's. When I first got here, a lot of the former players had told me about it and got to know Ilya over the years and become really close with him, and it's fun having a friend outside of football.
It's always a great day at Ilya DePaulo's. We'll see you at the Ringside Lounge.
Closed captioning provided by Eyes on Harlem and Eyes Downtown. Better vision for a better life. And by
CarStar Relax. We'll take it from here.
If you've been in an accident, look no further than Ventura's CarStar Collision.
After all, we look at your situation from both sides.
Part of you wants certified technicians who use the industry's most advanced equipment.
The other part wants an incredible staff to help you with insurance, estimates, and car rentals.
At Ventura's CarStar Collision, we give you the best of both worlds.
We'll work together to get you rolling again.
Lockport's favorite restaurant and meeting place, the Village Eatery Italian Bistro, serves the finest pizza, pasta, chicken, veal, and seafood. Our famous Friday night fish fry, homemade Italian bread, and old world sauce have kept Western New Yorkers coming back for over 35 years. Check out our vast wine selection and visit the Bistro Bar for a signature martini. For really great Italian-American food, it's the Village Eatery Italian Bistro.
I love the people. There's so many different kinds of people that come in our door. When Regina walks in, she's looking for something different to stand out, to make sure that when she's out on the street, people are going to look at her and say, "Where'd you get your glasses?"
I've been coming to Eyes Downtown for 15 years. Dr. Bob is an awesome doctor. I just love his fashion eyewear. It's fabulous. Don't you like it?
Eyes on Harlem, Eyes Downtown. Better vision for a better life.
Welcome back to Come Dine With Me, Western New York. I just want to remind you to check out our Facebook page. There, you'll find useful information on upcoming events, you can view past shows, and you can enter to win certificates from one of our featured restaurants. And don't forget to share our page, because when you do, you are automatically entered to win free restaurant gift certificates. Check out this week's winner.
Right now, let's head to the Kitchen Invasion, sponsored by our good friends at Artisan Kitchen and Bath, and see what Chef Krista, Marco, and Art have for us today.
Well, my husband led me to Buffalo. We met on Long Island. He was actually in school with my brother, We moved into this area because my husband actually grew up in this neighborhood. So we loved the neighborhood and liked the house, just didn't love the house. So redoing the kitchen was sort of in the plans for me since we moved into the house. Julie at Artisan was wonderful. She helped steer me in a lot of good directions in terms of what to pick out and how to organize the kitchen, picking out cabinetry and granite. I also had a lot of help designing the kitchen with my friends who will be joining me today.
Oh, Allison's just a sweetheart. She gets along with everyone.
Just a good, kind, easygoing. She doesn't have anything bad to say about anything. Her husband is equally as nice. We get along really well as couples.
We have so much fun together. I can always count on them if I need something. You know, we've all gone through some things in our lives and they've always been there for me.
This was just going to be another extension of another good time that we're going to have together.
The ladies are getting ready to have a trip to go to Tuscany, and we wanted to send them off with some real Italian food so that when they got there, they would feel at home. Marco did his beans and greens with the scarole.
One of my absolute favorites. Just escarole lettuce cooked with some cannellini beans and some olive oil, onions, and garlic. Finish it with some Grana Romano cheese. Doesn't get any better.
Krista did her saddle of pork, which is aristo a mele.
Well, it was a tour of Tuscany, and I always like pork. I call it the other white meat. I was really excited to serve this as the middle course. It's simple, and it's beautiful, and it reminds me of the old Kiss Theory.
And then, of course, I did the traditional pappardelle pasta with the homemade bolognese sauce.
We're doing Tuscan cooking today. I'm with my new friend Lisa, who told me she wants to be Italian. So we're gonna change the spelling of your name to L-A-S-A, like Lazza, like lasagna.
Lazza.
You like it?
Lazza, yeah.
Lasagna fit, you know, she's a little cheesy.
Marco was really funny. He was a goofball. I like goofy people that make me laugh.
I showed my new friend Lasagna how to cut up the escarole. All I'm gonna do is just run my knife through it. I'm gonna knock everything off the table as I do it.
Okay.
You wanna cut it up in cubes. Rinse it off with some warm water so that it welts a little bit. Now our next step. Ready, Lasagna?
Ready.
All right, we got our pan heated to a medium to high heat because we're gonna saute, so we're gonna put a little Italian baptism water in there.
Okay.
And I lied to you, I told you medium to high heat, this thing is smoking. Sorry. Hang on, don't put that in there. You don't want it to be too hot though, that pan, you don't want it to be too hot. And take two, let's try that again. So that was really hot, so I didn't know this stove is amazing, but we're gonna start with some Italian baptism water. We're gonna throw a little onion in there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you my rubber spoon over there.
All right.
And you're gonna stir it around a little bit. Olive oil, garlic sauteed, little chicken stock, white wine, cannellini beans, and escarole. So that was super simple, wasn't it? Really easy.
Really easy.
And it's so fresh and easy. Put it on your table tonight, please.
Okay.
Come down with me, Western New York.
We're good about it.
That's really good.
That's awesome. And hot. Holy cow.
That's really hot.
I am so happy to be here today, Allison.
I'm so excited to have you.
It's a tour of Tuscany, I hear.
It is.
How's that sound? So we're doing the second course, and this is a rista di male. Can you say that with me?
A rista di male.
When I went to the butcher, I asked him to release the pork loin from the bone, but then tie it back up. It roasts better, it adds flavor to it. Then what we did was I made like a paste with fresh garlic, salt, and rosemary in the Cuisinart. I rubbed that pork loin down. So we want to really stuff that in there. And you see how I just tied it back up? Now let this rest about 2 hours before, and you can leave it covered right in the fridge. Boy, is that flavor or what?
Oh, Krista was just great. She gave me some good tips. She was really fun.
Roasted it in the oven, 375 degrees for about an hour and a half. Pull it out and let it rest 15 to 20 minutes before you cut into it. So all the juices will stay in there. That's important. What I wanted to finish it with an Italian-style salsa verde with garlic, capers, the anchovies in there, but nobody will know. So don't even tell them about it. And finished it with parsley and lemon juice, and then streamed slowly olive oil into the Cuisinart. I'm serving that on the side for, you know, a little kick. Beautiful job. Thank you.
Good job.
High five.
Thanks.
Me being the consummate professional, I got the privilege of working with not just one beautiful lady, but two exceptionally beautiful women. So, but that would be a natural thing. I mean, that wasn't even up for discussion, you know. Okay, ladies, we're gonna make a classic bolognese sauce. I know you're getting ready to go to Tuscany. We want to kind of get you in the mood, so we're going to do something real quick, real easy, very, very, very traditional type of a dish. You want to get started? Well, first you take some olive oil, put it in a nice hot pan. You want to render down some pancetta. After it becomes nice and brown, you want to add a sofrito, which is onions, carrots, and celery. Then we added some ground beef, veal, and pork.
He was awesome. So friendly, outgoing, made it fun, interesting. I learned so much.
Okay, now we're going to add the fresh garlic. Now that's fresh roasted garlic. That really adds, again, another level and another depth of flavor.
Cooking with Art was amazing, and I've learned quite a bit. and the garlic is going to stay with me for quite a while.
Added some San Marzano tomatoes. We added a little tomato paste for thickness, a little tomato sauce for some depth. We added some fresh oregano, fresh thyme, butter, cream, salt, pepper, cinnamon, and nutmeg, which are traditional in the bolognese sauce. Let it simmer, add a little Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, brought it to the plate for presentation, made it real true Italian.
One word that we described today was just unforgettable.
It was outstanding.
Well, everything was delicious, and I just had so much fun making it and working with the chefs and spending the day with my friends.
It's just another great friend moment, more bonding, and so much fun to cook together.
It was great. It was fun to cook and learn different little tricks and figure out what ingredients you can use to make something quick and easy.
This will definitely prepare us for our trip to Italy.
And as we say at the end of every meal, chi mangi bene, vive bene, which means he who eats well lives well. If you eat Tuscany food or homemade Italian, it's a beautiful thing.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Artisan Kitchens and Baths, Western New York's most interactive showroom.
You'll feel right at home in Western New York's most interactive showroom. How interactive is up to you. Whether you know exactly what you want, or you need a little help with the creative process, our interactive showroom and hands-on design team make it easy and fun. Let Artisan Kitchens and Baths make the possibilities come to life in your home. Visit us at 200 Amherst Street in Buffalo.
A great video can add that wow factor to an annual sales meeting, a board of directors meeting, a trade show, corporate training.
From scripting to shooting to editing, we'll even help get the video on your website. Key Video is ready to go to work for you.
Orazio's Italian Crepes is your window to the world. Treat yourself to our homemade crepes made with authentic ingredients like imported Caputo flour, mascarpone cheese, and Ghirardelli chocolate. Indulge in our all-natural small batch gelato with no artificial flavors and all the creaminess in the world. Take your taste buds on a journey right in your own backyard. Orazio's Italian Crepes in the food court at the Walden Galleria.
We're back. Well, Jen, what another terrific show.
Sure was, Oliver.
But we want to remind you before we go
to please support our local businesses. They partner with us on the show.
Yeah, you want to shop local. You know, the local restaurants, they get their produce from the local farmers, their meats, their seafood. You know, it's so important we do that.
That's right. And isn't it fun to try new restaurants?
Absolutely.
I
absolutely is.
You know, we'll be back here next week on Channel 7. We sure hope you'll join us then. For the staff and crew and Key Video Productions and our entire team, I'm Jan Farrington.
And I'm Oliver Wolf. See you next time. Food rules.